I want to discuss something, and it's pretty much the term isolation. I went through something that was probably the hardest thing I ever had to go through in my life. And it put me in a place where I had to really step back and look at my surroundings and the things around me. And it was a really dark time, and when I isolated myself, I didn't really know I was doing it. But the crazy thing is, when you finally free yourself of your surroundings and you start to listen to that voice inside again for the first time, you see, you're always gonna hear a voice in your head. You could think it's your own conscience, you could think it's the Holy Spirit or whatever like that, something, the religious people. But at the end of the day, it's a different voice that you hear when you're in your surroundings, and it's a very different voice you hear when you spend a lot of time alone. You start to recognize yourself differently. You start to realize that you have a lot of different interests and a lot of dreams and a lot of things that you're not doing because you think people around you might judge you, criticize you, or look at you funny for it. And it's only until you feel that comfort and security and being alone, and I'm talking about totally isolated, totally alone, like spending time with no sound, literally sitting there in silence and being still and not hearing anybody's opinions. It does something to your brain, man. Like, seriously. Like, I got the chills just thinking about it. There's days where I could see, or I believe I'm seeing myself in different lives. And there's days where I feel like I'm dreaming, but I'm awake. But I feel like I'm in a dream. Like, I can see things and hear things that I know no one else can see or hear. And when I put myself in an isolated area, I started to become even more fearless, because I started to not care about what people would think about me. The things that I really love, the things that I love to say, the things that I love to do, the things I love about myself. You don't realize your surroundings take that from you, because you're afraid that these people that you think you love are the people that's gonna judge you and criticize you about doing and being yourself, because you don't know who yourself is. You know what I mean? It takes years and years to know who you really are, and you also have to isolate yourself to hear yourself. And I always had this thing where, I gotta be strong, I gotta be clean, I gotta be the Chris that's perfect, clean and strong in front of everybody. And then I started to realize, like, I could embrace my weaknesses and really deal with it head on. And, I enjoy being a silly nigga. And a lot of the times when you want to be an alpha male presence, you can't be silly. But I'm really a silly nigga. I didn't start to embrace that. Like, I love feeling humor, like, all day, every day. It makes me feel happy, it makes me feel young. And a lot of the times you around these niggas and these chicks, and you know what I mean? It's like, damn, let me just, straighten up my back before they judge me, you know what I'm saying? And when you realize, like, it's only yourself you need, and when you realize that these people don't mean anything, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's judgmental. I say that every day. I'm extremely judgmental, but what makes you judgmental to other people is when you choose to say the thing that you're judging them about in your head out loud. They don't know you're judging them in your mind until you say it. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have people that's gonna say things just because they think they can. Just because they think they have that position in life to say something or make up a face at what you're doing. And when you finally get rid of that, you gotta get rid of them people, yo. When you finally get rid of them people, you finally get comfortable with being who you are, because everything that kept you from being that, you got rid of it. So there's no fear. There's no fear. And I'm telling you, it shouldn't take something bad happening for you to isolate yourself. But I wish everybody could understand the power of isolation, because you finally come into your own. You finally start to hear your voice for the first time, yo. You start to hear clearly what it is you have to say as a person and what it is you have to do with your life. You know what I'm saying? Take the time away from everything superficial. Take the time away, the thought, the concern, the use of money. Just, you know, stay away from it for a little while. See who you are without money, because you know who you are with it. Try to see who you are without it. You know? Check yourself. Watch how people start to love you and talk to you. Watch how women start to treat you. Watch how men start to treat you. When you take yourself away from all the superficial things that everybody else starts to, you know, that they're addicted to, you start to realize real quick, wow, you know, I'm so different from these people. Everybody, swear to God, they're so unique and different and want to be treated as that. But that's what makes everybody the same. Worrying about if I'm unique or not, and not actually being unique. Sometimes you on social sites and Love and Hip Hop or Empire is on, and everybody you know is all tweeting or Instagram or Facebooking it. But then you think you're an individual. When a new hot bag or a new hot hairstyle come out, everybody go get the bag. Everybody go do the hair. But you unique. You gotta find that voice, yo, and you gotta isolate yourself from everybody, son. And I feel like it's starting to shine through. Like I'm starting to understand what, who, and where I'm supposed to be in this world. You know what I'm saying? And I had to make a couple sacrifices people don't even know I'm making right now. It's like a social experiment. I'm totally in control of the people around me. I can see above them, because I spent that time alone to know myself, yo. I know my position in this world. I know my capability. I know my grade of human. I know exactly who I am because I took that time to be alone. Now, I'm not saying go purposely isolate yourself, but try to hear that inner voice. Be still, be alone, and really get to know yourself. And it's one of the hardest things to do. Not everybody's gonna be able to do it, but for those who have that dexterity mentally to understand what I'm talking about, you'll see exactly what it is. You don't need these people. You don't need these friends who think they so cool and that they make you cool just by being with them, and you know what I'm saying? Or the motherfuckers that think you cool and they want to follow you, and you don't need these people, yo. You know what I'm saying? And nobody was there to tell me that, but I figured it out. Through turmoil, I figured it out. So I'm just wishing everybody the best, man. You know, hold it down.